Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Number 1 for.
All right, this is exciting. He's an entertainer, and he's about to come out here. He's an 80s new wave singer. Please welcome Martin Sheffield Lickley.
Hello! How are you guys?
Good.
How are we doing? They say love is but a game, and it's only played by fools. But like in a game, there are winners and losers. But who makes up the rules? Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, my darling lovelies.
Afternoon.
Well,
but,
good afternoon.
I guess England, maybe it's evening.
Yes, I always stay on my local time. It's the afternoon.
Welcome to the show, Martin Sheffield Lickley.
Martin Sheffield Lickley. I'm the lead singer of the 80s new wave band 2 + 2 = Love.
Oh, okay. A lot of guests don't have entrance music, but...
Yes, no, thank you. Thank you so much.
You started singing a song and then you stopped very abruptly.
I stopped very quickly. That was the end of that song. But yeah.
Are you from the southern England?
Yeah, down south. There's a little bit of a drawl, but definitely England. I am from Wilkinshire, Dirtshire, Flatgroundshire.
Oh, okay. I haven't been to that area of England. It sounds beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's in my town, 7 people and 4,000 sheep.
Oh,
yes.
What a ratio.
Yes.
Wow, that's like a ratio on Twitter of, likes to retweets.
It's exactly like that, Scott.
Yeah,
yes.
This is Casey Wilson, by the way.
Hello, Casey.
Hi.
How we doing tonight?
Such a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you
Casey's
as well.
a singer as well.
I dabble.
Have you ever heard of the band 2 + 2 = Love?
It's so funny. I hadn't.
You hadn't?
Neither have I. I don't remember them, and I'm an aficionado of 80s music.
Yeah, no, we didn't quite take off like, Flock of Seagulls or Duran.
Oh, that's a pun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you like that. Or
Try to do another pun for each band.
we didn't run quite as fast as Duran.
Good.
You know?
Really good.
All right, what else you got in the tank?
And I didn't grow quite as short as Little Boy George. That one fell apart.
Yeah, especially since his name wasn't Little Boy George.
It wasn't.
Well,
he's
just Boy George.
And Boy
Little
George.
Boy George. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
the sheep motif is getting to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, my 2 + 2 = Love. I've always been a fan of love.
I guess we all are.
Yeah. But when I was younger, my little black book, well, let's just say it wasn't quite so little. You know what I mean?
Was it just Black Book like Boy George?
Yeah, it was Black Book and Little Boy George.
Why am I asking? How old are you? It's hard
Yeah.
to...
It's
Thank
hard to
you
gauge.
so much. Well,
You could be 4 years old. You could be
You
100.
look great.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't like to say my age, but I look young. You
Very
can tell. I look, I have the look of a cold, tan bird.
Yeah, a bird that's just freezing
but
to death.
tan.
Yeah.
Has been to the beach, but is now cold.
Maybe
Featherless.
has come back up north for the summer, but it's an early chill has...
Exactly.
Yeah.
My life has been very fantastic, until...
Oh, I hadn't asked, but that's very interesting.
Thank you.
Has your life been fantastic?
It's been I've been singing, but everything turned on its head last year when my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it was terrifying.
How is she doing?
It was a terrifying experience. But ultimately it brought us closer together, and that's when I wrote this next song about it.
What?
Hit it.
Oh.
Aboard the ship of love, we're going full speed ahead, toot toot. The ocean is full of broken hearts, and the captain is a kiss. Ship of love, full of tender hugs. I must steer the course right to the island of love. There are pineapples and crabs there, but I cannot eat them because I am too heartbroken today. It's the ship, it's the ship, the ship of love. I drive the ship, the ship of love. Look out for rocks, big scary rocks. The rocks are metaphors for my broken heart. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. My wife didn't make it, and I sang that at her funeral.
Whoa. How was it received?
Tepidly.
Yeah, I can
People
imagine.
weren't expecting.
A little
such
upbeat for a funeral.
little upbeat, but I take inspiration, and out comes that new wave sound.
Yeah, the sound I've noticed that ABC used for their song "Look of Love,"
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
not
the exact
familiar.
same backing track as the first song
I
you
was going to
sang.
ask about that.
Really? But I don't hear that at all.
Okay, there's maybe some subtle differences.
Yeah, there's some subtle differences. I mean, we were all, taking from each other in that time period,
How so?
Just learning from one another.
anyone
Little boy
taking-
George would sit in on my sessions, and Duran would,
Run
I don't.
from
run
your
from
session.
my sessions. But yeah, it's my life has been filled with tragedy and
Again,
turmoil.
I did not ask.
Thank you for asking.
I'm so sorry about your wife. What
It's
else
terrible.
is going on?
How long? Yeah, how long were you
Yeah.
together?
Oh, we were together for 30 years.
I'm so sorry.
So
That's
sorry.
really, really devastating, And,
wow. That's terrible. Have you bounced back? This was last year.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was feeling a little better until I lost my son.
No,
Yes.
you lost your son as well. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, what
Oh my
happened there?
God.
This is terrible.
This next one's for you, Simon.
Oh, what?
You've been arrested by the love police for the crime of breaking my heart. I'm locking you up for 20 years in love jail. Love jail is a place where lovers go when their hearts commit a crime. And there the prisoners are all locked away behind love bars. They locked me away and threw away the key, and my cellmate was my broken heart. There must be a way to get out of here, because in love jail we do hard time. Breaking hearts is the ultimate crime. There must be a way out of here, because pretty soon they'll put me in the electric chair of love. Ooh, thank you. Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
Wow.
Yes.
Is quite a tribute.
Thank you. That song is about my dead son.
Yeah, you never even mentioned him as far as I can really.
Wow, that
could
was
really
so
tell.
abrupt.
Maybe obliquely.
Well, yeah, songwriting is all about imagery and, not being too literal.
Yeah, it's.
Scott.
I gotta say,
It
it's
was not literal.
It's not really a Tears in Heaven, tearjerker style
Well,
song.
my son, he died of emphysema.
So he didn't fall out a window. So it's
No,
a
it's
different situation.
It's different. I would love to write Tears in Heaven, but my son died differently.
Did you sing that at his funeral?
I did, and it was not received well.
No, I can imagine. But
And was
well,
this on the heels of your wife's?
Right on the heels.
when you say that, how do you mean?
Well,
Was it a double
my
funeral?
son. Yes, it was a double funeral. It saved us a little bit of money.
Okay, well, I mean,
So
I guess
I
the silver lining.
I chilled my wife for about a month.
You-
Put her on ice.
Oh wait, so it wasn't like a couple days within a couple of days. It wasn't
No.
like a Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds. It was
No,
a
no,
month
no.
apart.
A month apart. And I
How
said,
did you know your son was dying of emphysema a month later?
Great question. Was he suffering, perhaps?
He was suffering. He's
You just
coughing.
thought it might go that way.
Yeah, I was headed. The doctors were like, "It's not looking good," and it was just tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I went
That's-
ahead and combined the funerals.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
how much did you save?
$30. Oh, 14 quid.
Okay.
It was 14 quid.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Well, that's, I mean...
It's a lot of tragedy.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's tough. I mean, I wear this suit to commemorate my son. As you can see, there's sort of a cool paint splatter on it, but that's actually blood from my son's coughs.
Oh.
That's terrible.
And
That's a lot, by the way. That's a hefty amount.
Yes, it's a lot. He had emphysema, which is typically a disease that people have after smoking for years.
I was going to say, but I got, I'm sure that anyone can get emphysema.
Yeah,
Or
anybody
did
can.
your son die of
He was a
emphysema from
smoker.
smoking? He was.
I told him not to. He saw that kid who smokes on YouTube, the little baby boy. Have you seen it?
Yes.
You've seen it. He
haven't
puffs on those ciggies.
I haven't seen it.
And my son saw it, and he couldn't stop himself. I said, "Don't watch that video. That kid's gonna be sick soon."
You
And
saw down the road.
I
seems.
saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it all.
Wow.
But yeah, I just, I've got a big summer tour planned.
You do? Well,
I do.
so does Casey with Bitch
Yeah.
Fest.
Oh, fantastic! I'd love to come
Maybe
to
you'll
yours.
be
if
playing
you...
the same venues.
Oh yeah, well I'm doing a 16 cemetery tour.
Cemetery?
Yes, I go to cemeteries and I sing songs to the people I've lost.
Wait, you've lost
They're the
people
only
in
audience?
16 cemeteries?
Well, I know at least one person in every cemetery in America and the United Kingdom.
That's a lot of cemetery science.
My life has been plagued with tragedy, Scott.
I mean, we've only been talking about the people close to you just 1 year
No,
ago.
I lost my postman this morning.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yes, I walked outside and I saw him, and then hours later I found out that I'd lost him. I'd known him for 16 years.
Really? How
Yeah.
did you find
So
out?
sorry.
Oh, I saw it on the news. Postman mails himself to the bottom of the ocean.
What?
What?
What a terrible way to go.
Oh my
It was
god.
an accident. It was a horrible accident.
Was it like an envelope accident? Just
Yeah,
in
typical
the,
mix-up.
Just a
yeah, in the
mix-up.
post
Mix-up.
office. Just he got wrapped up and
He took a
then-
nap, got boxed up, bottom of the ocean.
Terrible.
I know.
They
terrible.
delivered
Just a few
him to
hours.
the bottom of the ocean.
That's a pretty swift time to get that on the air.
There's
by
just
the way,
so much for you to go through.
It's so much, it's tough. My life has been plagued with tragedy, but I met someone recently who turned everything around.
Oh, well, you're turning swords into plowshares. That's wonderful
Yes,
of you. I
yes.
mean, a new love can be truly the cure to what ails you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And his name is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Huh.
I met him and he came into my heart and saved me.
Uh-oh.
And I've never felt better. So I've decided to dedicate all of my music to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Don't tell me you have a song.
Yes, this next song is called Jesus is My One True Savior.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the Love Casino, where I bet my heart on black. I've hit the jackpot of breaking hearts, and I'm a high roller when it comes to kissing. We play love poker, and the dealer is my broken heart. The chips we play with are memories of love. You have to count cards in order to win the game, because just like love poker isn't fair at all. It's the casino, it's the casino, the Love Casino. Roll the dice, it feels nice. The Love Casino, play the slots, they're love slots at the Love Casino. My son's dead. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right.
Number 1, 3.
We are counting down the 14, 13, 12, 11.
14, 13, 12, 11.
14, 13, 12, 11. And we have come up to number 13 on the countdown.
Here it is. You've been waiting for it.
Let's see. The last one we listened to was 558, which I believe was in the middle of the year, around July or so.
Yeah, that
this
sounds
is
about right.
532.
So this is even earlier than that.
Even earlier than that, if
I'm
you can
going to
believe
say it's probably a June.
No.
May.
I didn't do 20 episodes in 1 month.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean to come down on you like that.
No, I don't know numbers. You know I don't.
How do you know 14, 13, 12, 11?
I'm just phonetically repeating it because you say
Oh,
it.
Paul! I can't stay mad at you. You're too cute.
I'm adorable.
This is episode 532.
Sure.
This is an episode called Everything is Horrible and Wonderful.
Ah.
And guess who's in this episode?
No need to tell me. It's
you! This is from February, if I'm not mistaken, and this is an episode with our good friend Stephanie Wittels Wachs.
That's right. Her name is a sentence.
Her name, and we get to that in the episode.
That's
I'm not sure
right.
if we get to it in this clip.
Well, who knows?
But Stephanie Wittels Wachs is, of course, our dear friend Harris's sister. She wrote a book called Everything is Horrible and Wonderful, and she came on the show to talk about it.
R.I.P. Harris Wachs.
This is Wittels actually was. His name was Harris Wittels.
Oh, don't tell me that. Is that for real?
That's for real. Have you been calling him Harris Wachs the
I
entire
called
time?
him Harris Wachs for years.
Oh, no!
And I said his full name every time. Hi, Harris Wachs.
Harris Wachs.
Harris Wachs.
Hass Wachs.
Harris Wachs.
This episode also has Will Hines and Tawny Newsome in it. And we are going to hear a clip. The things you need to know about the clip is...
Please let me be in the clip.
You are in the clip, as a matter of fact. At this
Please let
point
me
in
be
the
focus of
episode,
clip. Please let me be the focus of the clip.
You are the focus of this clip.
Oh, thank God.
That is not... Please don't do this for every episode you're in, because you are not for everyone.
This is how I find out.
Previous to this clip, we've talked to Stephanie about her book for a long time. And as I recall, it was just me and her, and I kept the rest of you waiting for an hour while we did that.
Yeah.
I
You had a sock on the door, so we couldn't go in there.
which did not mean what I thought it meant. You guys assumed I was fucking her.
Yeah.
Yes, I talked. I believe something. We started very late or whatever, and then the conversation got heavy in a way at certain points. And
You
so
guys argued about politics.
She's a big Trump girl.
She loves Trump.
Sweet leaf. So I kept you guys waiting for an hour, but you were very nice about that, and you
To your
came in.
face.
And so at this point in the episode, Morpheus the Dream Lord, who Will Hines plays, Will Hines, another great addition, recent addition to the Comedy Bang Bang.
Another gradition.
Just a great crew of people. Will Hines, he plays Morpheus the Dream Lord, and he has put us, ostensibly, he has put Stephanie and I to sleep during the episode.
Sounds like he's the focus of this.
And so we are in the dream realm. He has transported us to the dream realm during this clip.
Right.
And Paul F., you play a person named Brock Lovett. And
Completely forgot. About
yeah, as did I until I listened to
Yeah.
it. But this is one of my favorite appearances by you this year. Tawny also comes in. Tawny Newsome comes in playing the Rum Tum Tugger from the musical Cats,
That's right.
which was making us laugh a lot. Unfortunately,
Yes.
we don't have time to listen to all of that. Let's listen to this clip. This is your number 13.
Number 13.
All right, well, let's welcome him to the show. He's a treasure hunter, and this is
That's right.
very exciting.
Wow.
Perhaps he'll lead us to some. That's not pressure I should put on you
Well,
right
we'll
off the
see.
bat.
I certainly have a story to tell you.
Oh, very good. He is a treasure hunter. Please welcome Brock Lovett.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thanks for having me on the show.
Welcome to the show. This is Morpheus, the Dream Lord.
Hi,
How are
Morpheus.
you?
This
Can I
is
get
his
you anything?
dominion.
Yes, can I get you something to Diet Coke, a nostalgic breeze,
I
rueful
mean,
anxiety?
there's one thing I want more than anything else, but I don't know if you could help me out, and it would kind of maybe spoil my whole thing.
Yeah, well, I'll make
So
sure.
I'll just take I'll take a Pamplemousse LaCroix.
All right, let me see. I know I have coconut, but let me see what I got.
Oh, coconut.
Grapefruit, if that helps. That's what pamplemousse is.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, by the way, I can't eat grapefruit, and I was out to dinner with some acquaintances recently. And
Like
and
good
they-
acquaintances?
like
Are you hiding a
like
name
work
drop there? Are
friends?
you hiding a name drop? Is what's going on? Are you trying to?
No, I may be doing a subtle, subtle neg. But they want to serve me a drink, and they called it pamplemousse, and I forgot that
Your
pamplemousse.
friends wanted to serve you this drink?
No, someone even worse, a waiter.
Oh, so the waiter just said, "I want to serve you this drink."
You have to have
like you
this?
didn't ask for it.
No, it was a surprise. They say on the menu, "Surprise me," and I said, "Yeah, surprise me." like I'll order whatever they want to make.
Right.
And then they said, okay, well, we want to bring you a pamplemousse, whatever. And I didn't know that was grapefruit.
So they told you what it was going to be. That was the surprise.
Okay, look, Brock,
What?
you seem to be almost defensive.
This
right
was
now
a
for some
story
reason.
this was a story that you initiated. I just wanted to make sure I'm following it correctly.
I thought that people would find it of interest, but I guess not.
Did you finish the story or no?
I drank the drink.
Why can't you have grapefruit?
Are you doing vocal warm-ups right now?
I drank the drink of pamplemousse.
The drink you drank?
Look, let's forget it. This is Stephanie Wittels Wachs. By the
Hi.
way.
Hi, Stephanie.
This
How
is
are
Brock
you?
Lovett.
Nice to
I'm
meet
a treasure hunter.
I heard. That's fabulous.
What sort of treasure do you hunt, my good man?
Sunken treasure. That's my
Sunken
that's my
treasure.
area of
Primarily
expertise, yeah.
sunken treasure.
So if the treasure's on the land, it's not of interest to you.
Well, I mean, if it's just sitting there, I'll take it.
What if it's floating waist high?
Sure.
How sunken does it have to be? What if it's under half a foot of water? What if a bathroom floods over some jewels?
Here's the reason. Look, these are all good scenarios. The reason I say I primarily deal in sunken treasure is that's the treasure no one's gotten to yet.
Oh.
Usually bathroom treasure, if you can still see it through the water, somebody will get there before me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is
It
treasure.
belongs to somebody, like probably the person that lives there, and then you would be stealing, and that's not really
Maybe. I mean,
right.
it would be strange if I was in someone's home, their bathroom flooded,
Sure.
and I was like, I'm going to take these
the shit.
doubloons.
So you've searched for water in the seas in the.
I have not searched for water. Usually,
Sorry,
I know
Trent.
where that is.
You're not Columbus.
Sorry.
You're not- okay.
Yes. Oh, I know of
what-
Christopher Columbus, the man who discovered water.
What I'm
Yes.
getting
He
from
was
you
trying
is
to discover air.
From dreams, it's so hard to tell. He discovered water and then he enslaved it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's right.
That's what
okay,
happened.
enslaved the water.
I
But
meant
then
to say-
people were
I'm-
like psyched about it. It's hard to put together.
I meant to say treasure, of course. You search for
Right.
treasure underwater.
That's right, I
What are
do.
some of the? Have you found much treasure?
I'm very famous for finding Spanish gold.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
you say you're very famous, so
In treasure hunting circles, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
got it. Yeah, because I don't think I've ever heard of you, have I?
Well, let me ask you this. Have you heard of the Titanic?
wow. I can see the italics in your phrasing.
Sounds
Do you mean the
familiar.
boat or the movie?
What movie?
There's a movie
Of the boat.
Titanic about the
boat.
Oh,
boat.
A Night to Remember. That's right, yeah.
No,
Good
no,
classic
not,
film.
No, not
Everyone should see it.
No, not
It's
that.
one of the things that made me a treasure hunter.
No, there's a more recent film, although recent by 20 years
What,
ago.
another Night to Remember?
A Night to Remember 2,
second
Night at the
one.
Museum.
One more night.
The movie Titanic, starring Kate Winslet, who puts the titular tit in Titanic.
Titanic.
In
Now,
the
yes,
movie.
when I've heard people dream of this, they don't say it Titanic the way you really shorten that first. Is that the proper
Are
pronunciation?
people dreaming of movies they saw?
Mostly, yes. Well, that's the part I'm a bit
Am I
of a,
doing that?
I'm a bit of a film buff. I don't know.
By the way,
I don't
Kate
know what you want
Winslet
in real
put the
life.
buff in film buff in Titanic, I have to say.
All right. I think I know what you're saying.
She's naked in it.
Does she play Rose DeWitt?
She does play Rose DeWitt, yes.
Am I in this movie?
Wait, who? Let me name
Is there a
something.
character named Brock Lovett in this movie who's a treasure hunter?
Does Leo DiCaprio play
Who
Brock
plays-
Lovett?
yeah, who
He
plays-
the
was-
kid from Growing Pains?
Did you like Growing Pains?
I loved Growing Pains.
What about that Alan Thicke?
He was terrific.
He's a great guy.
Too soon.
Too soon.
He died.
He did.
You don't know when people die?
I just people are still dreaming about him. I thought he was still around. I was like,
Yeah,
this
but
is a
his dreams
genial-
aren't happening,
Can
right?
I ask
I
you,
didn't think to check him.
Morpheus, can I ask you a question?
Of course, anything.
How
I'm an
many
open book.
people? How many people would you say are dreaming of Alan Thicke on a regular basis?
That's an information I have.
Very
Let me
good
look it up
question.
right now. 17 people.
Oh,
more than I thought.
would
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Like
Well,
at this very moment.
At this moment, there are 17 Alan Thicke dreams going on.
How many people are dreaming of the Robin Thicke Blurred Lines video?
Let me look at that. 150.
Where
That's
I
a
believe
bummer for Alan.
3 models put the tit into that video.
Which video
The
is the
titular?
least dreamed about?
These passive questions are. It's hard to prove the absence of something.
Is it I Can Dream About You?
No, that's pretty good. That's doing pretty
From
good.
Streets of Fire?
What a great movie that everybody knows. Streets of Fire. Billy, Don't You Lose My Number by Phil Collins is the video
okay.
that the least people are
the Phil
dreaming of.
Collins.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, so now let me think. There's a Bill Paxton plays a character in this film where I guess he's a treasure
The
hunter.
guy from Weird Science?
Yeah, you saw Aliens as well,
I saw Alien, and I saw Alien Cubed.
right? This was the one in between. It was Aliens to the Second Power.
Pass.
Okay, he's in it. You might like it. But he plays a character who goes looking for, I believe it's called the Heart of the Ocean.
The Heart of the Court of Lemaire. This is my story.
Really?
So this movie's about me.
I guess, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that the movie's really about the Bill Paxton character.
I mean, every movie, we all star in our own movies, right? Yeah, so yes.
That's
Yeah.
really wise.
Thank you.
I feel like you're trying to let me down easy, Stephanie.
No way. I would never do that to you.
It starts with Bill Paxton
Sounds good. Go on.
looking around for this precious jewel.
He's
that
looking around for it like he walks into a room.
he kind of scans the room.
Anyone seen that Heart of the Ocean?
I mean, you never know where you're going to find it.
I only know what people dream about this movie, and no one has dreamed about this part of the movie.
Yeah, mostly people are dreaming about that.
no one dreams about Bill Paxton look through couch cushions for a priceless necklace.
That's not what I've witnessed. There's a lot of people on the bows of ships and people drawing naked people and love and sacrifice. There's not a guy like looking around for it.
It was the naked portrait. That's how I found Rose DeWitt, because I dove on the Titanic in a submersible, and I found this safe where I thought I was going to find the heart of the ocean, but I did find this sketch of a naked lady. Then I had to call up Rose DeWitt and say, "Hey, look, I found this naked picture.
Well,
Is that you?"
how'd that conversation go? Was that
It
a
was
tough-
awkward.
That's really awkward.
It was awkward.
Did you lead right in with that, or did you try to warm up?
There
to
was
it?
like a little small talk at first.
chit chat, just to
Yeah, I was like, "What do you think about sunken gold? Pretty interesting, right? I found some."
So really, what do you think about your profession?
Well, yeah, I wanted
Not
to see if
asking
she
a lot
was
of questions
interested.
about her.
Well, I kind of knew some stuff about her.
and
She's
was
an
it,
old lady.
Was it her?
It was her.
Wow.
And so I interviewed her at length.
Did you get it right on the first call?
I
First person you called was Rose.
Were there
DeWitt?
First
phones? Were there phones? But then,
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe not then, but there are
This
now.
was in 1997.
oh, okay.
So, yeah, there
Right,
was phones.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Were they as small as they are now? Or I've noticed that phones, they got smaller for a while. Now they're getting bigger.
We talked landline to landline.
Wow.
That must be hard for you, a person who primarily likes
Lives
to
on
go
the water.
diving.
Deep dives.
Do you feel out of sorts, Brock Lovett, when you are not beneath the ocean?
I do. I love being. Here's the thing. I love being under the ocean looking for treasure, and I love finding treasure under the ocean.
Right.
Those are my two loves.
Two sides of the same coin.
Seems
Okay.
like the right
Ooh,
career
coins.
for
That
you.
gets me going.
Hypothetical. I can give you two vacations.
Okay.
One, you're underwater the whole time, but there's no treasure.
Ooh.
Or lots of treasure, but it is dry as a bone.
Just bone dry.
I guess I got to go with treasure. I like treasure more than anything.
Is that what gets you into the ocean? The promise of treasure?
I think I've established that. But that's why. Because other people haven't gotten that treasure yet, so that's why I go there.
But if suddenly it were to come out front page news, extra, there's no more treasure in the ocean, would you say, well, I'm never going in the ocean again?
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
Look, if you told me that treasure was found exclusively at the top of stairs, I'd go out and buy a Fitbit and make my steps every day.
You ever get the bends?
I have gotten the bends, yeah.
Ooh,
It's
that's
tough. That's rough stuff.
That's gotta hurt.
What are these bends? What are these bends you speak of?
Well, it's if you come up too quickly,
The bubbles in your
yes.
blood tend to expand. Is that something?
That's
like
the same if you come out of a nightmare. Nightmares are all in the pools.
feels a
here, the
lot like
pools.
that.
The water is. See, there's on the ground here these lakes and
Oh,
these
yeah.
creeks. Those are all made of nightmares.
Ooh, is there any treasure in there?
No, Brock, stay away from those. Those are nightmare creeks. You don't want to go in there.
What's in them?
There's treasure and there's
What?
else?
This is driving me
There's
crazy.
fears.
That's all I want to do is go in that nightmare creek.
Don't be a treasure tease.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some doubloons. I mean, there's nothing great. There's some doubloons. There's a couple arcs. Don't worry about it.
Let me ask you this: do they stay doubloons the whole time, or like you bring them out of the nightmare creek, they turn into something else?
They turn into something else,
Okay,
and it's
thank
all
you.
a lesson. And
Good
it's
to know.
cautionary.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say at the end of the movie Titanic, what happens?
Hold
if I
on
may
a second.
spoil it,
You
yes.
don't have to tell me, because here's what happened in real life. Okay,
great.
So I meet Rose DeWitt. I'm trying to find this heart of the ocean necklace. She goes on with this long story. All I care about is the treasure, right?
Right. But she tells you a
We've
long...
She tells me all
Established
about
that.
her life. Yeah.
We've,
Well, I'm sorry, Stephanie.
you don't care about water. You don't care about Rose. Just treasure.
That's right.
He's resetting.
I
for
get
the-
it.
That's how I am at the beginning.
I understand.
And then by the end of her story,
She tells you a story about a man with a toupee that is in love with her.
that's right. She tried to claim he had alopecia, but I was like, his eyebrows are fine, so I don't buy your story. I think he's just regular old bald.
I know someone with alopecia, by the way.
Gentil alopecia?
Wow, what a brag. What a brag.
It's tough. It's tough going.
I wish I could meet somebody with alopecia.
Does he really have alopecia, or did he fake alopecia to get out of a long-term relationship?
I've never been able to determine
You've
it.
never been able?
Well, I mean,
I feel like you know one thing about this guy.
I do know that his wife's name was Carlifer.
All right, we're getting off track.
I can tell who has real alopecia because in the people who are faking alopecia, in their dreams, they have hair. But the real alopecia people in their dreams, nobody has
That
hair.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like you can't die in your dream. You
can't go bald.
You can't have alopecia in your dreams unless you have alopecia.
Yeah, if you do, then you're going to wake up with real alopecia.
So she tells you this story.
And by the end of the story, I
You're-
realized the Titanic was more than just a treasure hunt. You know, this is about people's lives, and I had a new respect for it.
Wow.
And I was sad that I wasn't going to get the heart of the ocean, that it was lost forever. And I even I was keeping a cigar that I was going to smoke after I found it. I threw it overboard.
Wow, what a symbol of a moment.
Exactly. So
What a sacrifice.
Rose and I stayed in contact, and we became friends. And, you know, she died a couple months ago, and I went to her funeral. And her granddaughter, Lizzie, confided in me that Rose had the heart of the ocean the whole time,
Whoa.
never told me, and threw it over the side of the boat.
Yeah, she does that in the
Ouch.
movie. She does it like literally right after she
Yeah,
talks to you.
we
Like
saw
she was
it.
wearing it the entire time. If you had just like maybe opened up the cleavage of her shirt or
As
something,
people-
you
I'm
could
not
have-
going to do that.
people
What a
do.
weird thing.
Well, you're diving around in the ocean. Why not dive around in there?
There's several reasons.
A few.
Do you really need this explained?
There's a few.
I don't know.
Wow.
I may not know boundaries.
Scott sounds like a guy I should bring him over to the wet dream section of the dreaming.
Yeah, I'm a greedy monster with gold fever, but what you said is really not cool. So anyway,
There are good guys left in the world.
right? I'm
Right
one
here.
of them.
You're one of them. There we go, the one.
You probably won't be going to see too many movies if you date Brock over here because he's missed.
I've seen a few movies. I've missed some others. What's the big deal?
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Let's see, favorite movie of all time. I gotta go with Used Cars.
Used Cars.
Starring
the
Kurt Russell.
Robert Zemeckis film.
Sure.
No one has dreamed of that movie. I don't know.
No
much
one
about
ever?
It.
Used
I don't.
cars.
Not even me.
Let me check. No, you haven't either.
That's too bad.
It's not in your library at all.
No, there's no record of anybody having dreamed of this film. I got Tin Men. Is it like Tin Men?
Not really.
I've never seen that one.
All
So
right. Well, a lot of people have dreamed of Tin Men.
Well, the Fun Young Cannibals are in it.
Let me see.
all of them?
Yeah, all three of them.
There's
right there
three.
in Tin
There's
Men.
three people. People have only dreamed of two of the Fine Young.
That's
Men.
weird because I usually never miss their movies.
So here's
got-
my question. Now, when you found out that information a couple of months ago, that the heart of the ocean is right where you were, why not dive back down in there and try scooping it up or something?
Okay, well, did you hear the part where this is years later?
Wow.
20 years, but I mean, you found it. You found the Titanic, so why can't you find the heart of the ocean?
Yeah, it might still be
Oh,
there.
you found a gigantic ocean liner. Why can't you find a necklace?
It's
well-
probably in the same sort of area. As
Yeah, it's
where
probably-
the
Probably
boat
20
went
years
down.
later?
Yeah.
Probably just right. It probably hasn't reached the bottom of the ocean
Yeah,
yet.
no one saw that movie. so it's not
Unless,
like anyone knows
as
it's
it was
there.
tumbling down, it somehow got wrapped around a turtle's neck, who then took
look,
like an
we're-
airstream
we're-
to.
True.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Turtles.
I was furious when I found this out. I punched and kicked the coffin.
Okay, just the coffin. I thought the daughter.
No, I couldn't get it open. Well,
Oh, okay.
not the granddaughter, Lizzie. No,
No, she's a lovely woman, I'm sure.
she's a very lovely woman.
Really?
I flirted with her quite a bit.
Really?
Yes, I
Now,
did.
How was she receptive to that, or
No,
she just?
she was tolerant of it.
But you didn't rip open her top like Scott suggested.
No.
Okay. Because that's apparently his move.
I knew what flirting was and what flirting wasn't.
Okay.
It's really not hard to tell the difference. It's actually very simple.
Okay.
So you kick the coffin. This is in full view of the mourners.
Yeah. I screamed and yelled. I said, can you believe this lady committed a sin of omission, never told me that she had this necklace the whole time, and everyone just... They were stifling laughter.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Don't you think people knew about this because everyone has seen the movie Titanic?
Everyone at that funeral knew about it. No one had told me. And these are people I considered my friends.
You considered the granddaughter, the acquaintances of Rose?
You have to understand, we were on that boat for a long time listening to this woman tell that story.
How long was it? Because in movie time,
it was
2
2.5 hours.
Yeah, in movie, it's too long.
So you consider someone you listen to a story for 2 hours, they're your best friends?
We all bonded. We all became fast friends.
Okay.
And kept in touch all these many years.
Well, Brock, we're coming up on a break here. I feel terrible for you.
I don't think you do.
I feel terrible for you.
I think that you do.
Thank you.
I feel nothing. I simply fulfill my responsibilities.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
I'm neutral.
Okay. So is there anything else you wanted to say about this situation before we go to a break?
I just want to say, if anyone finds the Coeur de la Mer, the Heart of the Ocean necklace, if it washes up on shore, if you're swimming in
a turtle's neck,
if it's around a turtle's neck, if a dolphin is like bouncing it around for fun, that belongs to me. I want that necklace.
Some would say finders keepers. Do you abide by those kind of rules?
You are a treasure hunter.
What do you... No, I obviously don't.
But you're the finder usually, therefore the keeper.
I'm calling dibs on that. I came as close as anyone's ever going to come.
Well, Rose was closer. It was around her supple décolletage.
She didn't find it. It was given to her. She wasn't searching for it.
So if something is given, then it's their possession.
What are you doing? You don't understand what I'm talking about.
Isn't it in someone's dreams?
Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
I could find it. Yes, if someone has dreamed about it, I could find it.
Now I feel the time has come to ask you.
Yes.
Can you give me the Heart of the Ocean?
I can give you a dream of the heart of the ocean. I could give you a very vivid dream of it.
Could you give him the address of the person who dreamed it?
Look here, in my hands. This is the heart of the ocean. Yes, is it not?
The Heart of the Ocean.
This is your dream of it, from your memories.
The Coeur de la Mer.
Touch it. Touch it.
May I?
Dude, please. Oh, it's snakes.
What?
That's funny.
Why?
Oh, good dream joke.
They all bit you. They all bit you on the fingies.
Yep. Good little dream move. That's a dream move,
10
right?
snakes, each biting one of my fingers.
Not nice.
Number 1, 2.
All right, let's get to our first guest. She is an amateur chef. Please welcome Eugenio Wobbles.
Great British baking show.
Is that your catchphrase?
Nope.
Are you on that?
I was on the Great British Baking Show. I'm a baker. I'm
As a
British
contestant?
woman. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was on the Great British
Are you clarifying
Baking
something, or why did you
Show.
shout that the minute that you were introduced?
Oh, because I love to bake. You know, my children.
You shouted it because you love to bake. Got it. Got it.
My children are all grown up. And
Oh, wow. So you're an older woman.
I'm an older woman and I'm British.
I mean, she could be 38. She could be 32 for all we know.
99.
99.
99 is
99.
That's as many
quite
problems
old.
as Jay-Z had.
I live in a cottage
Okay.
and I have butter. I have a flower garden and I smell like
What do we got?
skin.
We got butter,
You smell like skin?
Yes, I have butter.
a flower garden. Those are your possessions. You're like an opposite of a hoarder. You have butter and a flower garden.
Flower garden. I smell like skin and that's it.
You smell like skin. Can I smell you?
Oh, sure. Take a whiff.
Yeah, that's skin. That's the skin
See?
smell.
I
Yeah.
never tell a lie. I'm British.
It's interesting. You smell like British skin.
Yeah.
Isn't it true? It smells like cottled jam and a bunch of pudding flops. And if you know
Puddled jam and a bunch of pudding flops.
and I'm so excited to be here because
Thank you.
this show
Your excitement is bubbling over a lot like
Yes!
a pot that has water in it is boiling. I don't know. I'm trying
Like
to make an
that's
analogy
boiling over?
to your baking, but
yes, Bob's your uncle.
Oh yes. What does that mean? I've heard that so many
It
times.
means it's so simple. All you have to do is think about it.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And that's all I'll say. Now,
Were you
All right, goodbye.
gonna help us figure out other common British phrases, the meanings of them?
Yeah.
well, I can certainly do that. I can help you with that, of course. But if I'm here because this is Come On, Bake. Yes? And I'm here.
This show?
to do-
Come
yes.
on. Oh no. This is Comedy Bang Bang.
No, CBB. Come On, Bake.
Wait, so all you saw was CBB and you got that close to it?
Yes.
Do you think the first word is C''MON? Come on, bake.
Come on, bake. I don't know. You're American. I know.
Yeah,
Because if
slang it up for
it
us.
was come on, bake, it would be cob.
Yeah. Like Thai cob.
Or like corn on the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cob,
But
comma, corn on the.
I know someone who makes cob houses in Britain.
Really?
In
Cob
Brighton, Britain.
What are cob houses? I don't quite know what that is.
Cob houses, it's a mixture of mud and water and straw.
Wait,
and
so
you slap
slightly
together
watered
Bob's
down
uncle.
dirt.
What's that?
Slightly more watered down dirt?
Yes, dirt with straw.
This
in
sounds like this does not sound like it's up to code, these houses.
it. No, very sturdy. And it keeps the heat in and it keeps
So it's
the
like
cold
it's like
out.
Adobe.
It's like Adobe. It's like Adobe. I hardly know her.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that exactly?
Adobe? Adobe Reader?
Adobe Reader?
Adobe Reader.
That's
Go
my
ahead.
Anyway, that's just a little joke.
That is very little.
Did you want to update it?
No.
No, you don't want to update your Adobe Reader.
Never
You don't want to update your Adobe Reader.
And also, I don't know what that is. I don't have a
Why
computer.
do we have to update Adobe Reader? It's like it was fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what, you know?
Well, you know how to read. You know how to read. What's there to update?
Exactly. So you thought this was a competition baking show?
Yes.
Did you bring some of your equipment here?
Of course I did. I brought a spoonful of flour. I brought
that's
orange sauce.
Tiny amount of flour.
I brought yes, and here I brought a little spoon and a cup. An empty cup.
Nothing in it. Okay, great. So you have one spoonful of flour, some orange what now?
Orange sauce.
Orange sauce. Well, like is this
What
like
is orange sauce?
Yeah, is this like
Oh, it's orange sauce. It's sauce. It's orange sauce.
Is that like orange chicken sauce? or
No.
what?
It's orange sauce. It looks orange. It tastes orange. It's orange sauce.
So it's like orange that's been juiced or something like that?
No,
or
it's
not?
it's orange that's been masticated.
Oh, it's
I
pre-chewed
masticated it
orange.
myself. Yes.
So you spit a masticated orange into a cup.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you add a little water like a cob house. And you build it all together and it keeps the heat out and the cool in.
Oh, okay. The sauce does.
Of the cake?
Anyway, and so I came on here because I'm just desperate. You see, my life is just so weird. You know, my children are all grown up.
Oh, they
Well,
are.
sure. Yeah, I
You're
would imagine.
99.
What age did you have your children?
When I was 19.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So, but they're still with us. They must.
No.
When you say all grown up, you mean fully grown,
I
meaning
mean
dead.
fully grown, having lived full lives and died.
Okay.
All of your
natural
children.
causes.
That's as
All
old
of
as they're
your
going to be.
children.
At an old age.
Why did you have to say natural causes? That's like
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying they died of natural causes.
Your eyes are
Nothing
darting back and
suspicious.
really
forth.
shifty.
So shifty.
Anyway.
Can I ask you a question, Eugenio Wobbles?
Yes.
Did you win your season of Great British Bake Off? Or are you allowed to say?
No, damn it.
No?
Oh,
wow.
that's strong
I
language.
should have won.
Were you? Did you not impress Mary Berry or
No.
Paul Hollywood?
I didn't impress them. It was Cake Week, and I made a mouth cake for my showstopper.
Yep.
It was a cake in the shape of an open trap.
Yeah.
And they said...
Trap meaning like a trap door? Or
No,
No,
like
like
a
your
mouth.
mouth trap.
It was
A mouth trap.
mouth trap. Okay.
A mouth trap.
Sure. So
Okay.
with
With a
like
little
a
cheese
snap
in it,
and a
it's
little
a mouth-
cheese.
Oh, a
Yeah,
mouse
it's a
trap.
mouth
Wait, you have a
trap.
lisp? You're trying to say mouse trap.
Obviously, she has a
I
lisp.
only have a lisp when I say,
Say mouse. Oh, got it. You just said
Oh,
mouse.
it's just one of my little quirks. I'm a quirky British woman. Oh, so I made a cake in the shape of a mouth trap.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, I had a little bit of cheese in it.
Yes, of course.
And then-
How about a little a cake-shaped mouth?
No.
Okay.
It was sort of. It was like, I guess I didn't really do the.
I guess it wouldn't. A mouse wouldn't be in the shape of a cake. It would
No.
be vice versa. Mouse-shaped cake.
It was a mouth shaped. Well, you see, I guess blah blah blah. My
Cut to the chase.
Oh my God.
Oh wait,
Holy cow.
Bertation, what is
Are
happening?
you okay?
Are you having a stroke?
Eugenia.
Excuse me. Oh.
Did I just press fast
Ms.
forward?
Ms. Wobbles?
I have a hard time. Here's the thing about me. I lisp when I say the word mouth, and I have a hard time pronouncing critique
Oh, okay.
because I don't like critique.
Got
Oh,
it.
got it. Oh, okay,
Ooh,
yeah.
A little
Could you say-
post-traumatic stress disorder from
Exactly.
Great British Bake
From
Off.
Paul Hollywood.
Can you say
Woo.
criticism?
Criticism.
Okay, we just switch to that.
No. Because it wasn't a criticism, it was a critique.
Oh,
And
you just said it
You
perfectly.
did it. You did it.
Wow.
It's
we're
almost,
making a breakthrough.
if you forgot that you had that problem.
That's not at all what happened. What a miracle. Anyway, what they said was that my cake wasn't a cake at all. It was a pudding. It was
Oh, what's the difference? I never know when they talk about puddings.
pudding is floopy and cake is floppy.
Got it.
Those are
Cake is-
those are baking terms.
Yes, you
and
wouldn't
as a viewer of the
understand if
show,
you
I
don't-
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Floopy
and
v floppy.
That's right. So I
Whoever
made
wins, we
a
lose.
I made a floopy mouth trap that had cheese in the middle
Oh,
of
you
it.
should have made a floppy mouth trap.
That's what I didn't know. And they said they tasted it.
Yeah.
Do you know what they said?
What did they say?
Do you know?
I didn't watch that season. What did they say?
They said this is sour.
Sour.
Oh wow.
What in it was sour? What were the ingredients?
Well, I put hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
The things that make you fart.
Just in the cake?
I put minced thyme.
Okay.
And by that, I don't mean the herb. I
Oh,
mean
you mean the concept
clock.
of time?
Yes, I took a clock and I
You
minced
just
it.
oh gosh, okay.
Yes.
So like
got it
metal
inside.
shavings.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
yes.
But also not sour.
Well, yes.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the sour parts yet.
And I put in.
Is this a family recipe?
This is my own creation. So no, it doesn't exist. No. No one in my family baked.
So everything so far has been savory or metal. So get to the sour
That's
part.
my style. So the sour part was what I did was I took a lemon.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're listening.
I took a lemon.
Okay,
I-
we're hooked in.
I threw it in the trash.
Oh, didn't
surprise,
see that
twist,
coming.
twist.
Just like Ian did with his cake in season 3.
Whoa!
Right.
Threw it right in the bin.
Why are
as
your
they
eyes
say.
darting back and forth again?
No, I know Ian in season 3.
Wait, are you the old grandma who took his cake out of the fridge and like?
No, that's not me.
I know it's
didn't
not
do
you.
that.
Her name wasn't Eugenio Wobbles.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and then of course I added in some cinnamon
Sure,
and
that's
a
sweet.
little bit of vanilla.
Okay, also sweet.
And then I made, of course, my sponge for my pudding.
Yes,
Okay,
of course.
yes.
But this is, everyone's like,
cake.
for my pudding cake,
Yes.
and everyone's like,
That's flappy.
That's flappy.
Pudding
Floopy.
flops.
You need
Pudding-
floopy.
You need
A
floopy,
bunch of,
yes.
Also a bunch of pudding flops, if you remember.
Yes. I got gobbled.
Are you all right? Was
Holy
there another
cow.
word you can't say?
Holy cow.
No,
Like,
no.
You
I
don't
just
have
said
to
just
rush.
fine.
You don't have to rush.
Slow down.
So those ingredients, and then I put in a pepper,
Pepper. Okay.
a ghost pepper,
All right.
Wait a minute. That's
spicy,
very
but also
spicy.
savory.
and then
So far, I will say this cake, nay pudding, sounds delicious.
Other than the metal shavings, which might slice up your gums.
Other than the indigestible metal
Yeah.
shavings.
well, don't knock it till you've tried
Other than
it,
the
Bob your
minced,
uncle.
the minced timepiece.
And then I put in a car charger.
Okay.
What do you mean?
A car charger. You know what
Car
a car
charger, I believe.
A
Sure,
car
like for an
charger.
electric car?
Yeah, no.
No.
A charger for your phone in your
Oh,
car.
I see. I see.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I put in some Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, here we go. Sour Patch Kids. And what was the ratio of Sour Patch Kids to?
100%.
Oh, wait. So all the other ingredients were not in it.
No,
it was just Sour Patch
Those
Kids.
are just things I thought about putting in it. I just gave them a dish full of Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, okay. So
And
not,
they said it was too sour.
And they said that was a pudding?
I said that was a pudding.
Well, you were trying to make a
you weren't
cake.
even trying to say it was
You
a
were
cake.
trying to make a mousetrap cake. You said they called it a pudding. And then you said you put down a bowl of Sour Patch Kids.
Don't think about it too much. Everything I say is true.
Yeah, you have PTSD from this
Well,
experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
Number one.
All right, this is number 11.
14, 13, 12, 11.
Of
We
course.
did it.
We did
We're
it.
as good as our word.
We have Neil Patrick Harris.
NPH.
NPH, who before appearing on this show, I did not know is a big fan of Comedy Bang Bang, and in fact was doing a promotional tour for Downsizing, I believe. And
Wow, yeah. Okay.
his I think so.
Forgot about that movie.
And his publicist, he told his publicist he wanted to do Comedy Bang Bang, and his publicist, like most I found most publicists do not take this show seriously, and
Nor should they.
and they entertain the idea of their client doing it for a while and get me all excited about it, and then we schedule it, and then approximately one day
Then the client
before,
listens to the show.
No, the client never listens to the show, nor knows that this is on his or her schedule.
Right.
And the publicist will get everyone excited about this client doing the show, and then about 24 hours in advance will say, "Oh, they don't have time anymore. Their schedule changed," and all of the work that I've done in booking people, the other guests, and all that is all for naught. And that it looked like that was going to happen with Neil on this show, because I heard he was a fan, and you can never really take that as gospel.
Exactly.
But I did hear that rumor, and
Because this is Hollywood. All the time we're saying, "Oh, I love what you do." We hate it.
hate it. We hate everyone else's work.
We hate when our friends become successful.
Oh, Morrissey.
Fun.
So this was on my schedule, and I had booked you guys for a while. And then suddenly, I think about 24 hours in advance, the publicist said, "Oh, Neil's schedule changed, and he no longer can do it." And I said,
The old refrain.
I said, "Of course, I understand." But then it got put back on the schedule because Neil saw it taken off his schedule.
Oh, fuck.
And he said, "Wait a minute. I want to do Comedy Bang Bang."
Oh,
and
shit.
he really wanted to do it.
Oh, shit.
Which was very, very nice of him. So,
And then he fired his publicist
yes,
on air.
On air. And he hired me as his publicist.
Hey, I didn't know
and
that.
my only idea for publicity is to talk about this story on the air. So in this episode, Paul, you play. Oh, the other people involved it's Neil Patrick Harris, yourself, Paul F. Tompkins, and Shaun Diston.
That's right.
Shaun Diston, who has made quite a splash this year.
Quite a splash.
As a lot of people's favorite, one of their favorite performers, and as he calls himself, self-professed fan favorite. This is the first episode in which he plays self-professed fan favorite Rudy North.
That's right.
This is his character debut. So let me explain what has happened before this clip. Now, if you recall, Neil very graciously fit about an hour of the recording into this, but we didn't want to put out an episode that was just 45 minutes or an hour.
Right.
So instead, you and I talked as Big Chunky Bubbles for approximately half an hour before he arrived.
Yeah.
We're not going to hear that. And then Neil arrived, and we talked to him for a while. And then Shaun came in and debuted the character of Rudy North. So the people involved, you'll hear Big Chunky Bubbles, who is a soup artist.
But not the focus of the...
Not the focus of the clip, no.
Okay.
Remember, I tried to
I
prepare you for this
sure.
eventuality.
Sure. But the way you like brought me up first, and it made me think that... Well, go ahead.
Okay, so but you do
No, great.
you know,
I'm
you
sure
have some
it's great.
expert chime-ins.
Sure, it's great. Sure, it's great.
So this is Rudy Rudimentary North. He is going to talk about his life. So let's listen to this. This is your episode 11.
Number one.
So to leave Miami and come to a place like Los Angeles and be able to be employed, Postmates has done me such a favor. Now,
You came out here just to work for Postmates?
I came out here 3 or 4 months ago just to work for the Postmates Corporation.
Did Postmates have an ad out saying, "Hey, do you want to live in Los Angeles or
yes,
something?"
it was a Craigslist post that I saw that I answered, and at first it was a scam. And it wasn't Postmates.
At first it was a scam.
At first it was a scam.
You were petrified.
At first it was a scam. I was petrified.
Right.
You know, I couldn't believe it. And, you know, so basically
But wait,
the song continues.
Did it turn into not a scam on the same call?
Yeah.
Or?
No, that's just how I learned about Postmates.
Oh, I see. So the first one was a scam.
The first was a scam. I was petrified. And then I learned about Postmates and decided on my own to purchase a ticket to Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get this ticket?
Now, that's a whole story in itself, Scott. And I can't go into the dirtbag things I did to get this ticket. I did some bad
That's for another
stuff.
episode.
That's for another episode. I'm glad I'll be back for another episode, Scott.
I'll be the judge of that. Continue.
We'll talk about that next 10 episodes from now. Okay. Now, I got here and I needed a car, Scott.
So you did not own one?
I did not own a car, so I needed a car. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I was walking down Sunset.
Okay, that's a good start.
That's a good start.
As one does.
And I could see that
Was it time to feel good?
I was walking down Sunset. It was time to feel good. And I continued walking down Sunset, and I saw a lot of cars passing, and I thought that was an opportunity.
Okay.
So I jumped into traffic. I jumped into traffic and was hit by a Toyota Tercel.
Oh, hit.
I was hit by a Toyota. I really kind of jumped on the car.
Okay.
Made it look like I was hit.
Going how fast?
Oh, he was going a clean 60 up Sunset.
60?
Yeah, he was speeding.
What time of day was this?
It was rush hour.
This guy deserves it then.
That's what I was thinking too. He was driving on the sidewalk. Turns out he was a Postmates driver too. Complete dirtbag.
Okay.
But I dirtbagged him out of his car. So I said, you hit me with your car. Let's not have insurance handle this. Give me the keys.
Just give me the keys. This is like real Fast and the Furious style.
That's exactly.
Where it's like
I was like, give me the
racing for the
slips.
keys.
I want pink slips.
Right. Wow.
And
How hurt were you? You get hit by a car?
I was very hurt, Neil. It was a good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I was pretty fucked up. So I got into his car, and basically, because my leg was broken, I pretty much drove around for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
But wait, because I'm sorry, I don't get the logic of this.
Could you not move your leg to brake?
Well, first of all, I didn't have a place to stay, so
okay.
And I also, once I was in the car, it was very difficult to get out of the car.
Okay.
You know, so that was hard for me.
So not the operating the machinery of the car was okay.
That was easy. I just used my left leg.
Okay, but getting out was difficult.
That was very hard. So what I did was I took over this man's order. I delivered his Postmates.
Oh, so he was mid-order.
He was mid-order. I took
it.
his order. I usurped his job.
Okay.
Pretty much using his identity.
So wait,
in his
this is
app.
like a life swap.
Yeah, I life swapped with him pretty much.
Wow. So when you get hit by a car, you can just life swap with someone?
Hey, if you got the dirtbag skills I do, Scott, you can do whatever you want.
God, I want to go around trying to hit you with a car. Or no, getting hit by you. Wait, I don't want to hit you.
You better be careful.
You don't want
Scott.
my life.
You don't want that.
Can I ask a question?
Of course, Neil.
Do you know what happened to this guy now?
Oh, Neil, I did find out. What happened to him.
What is he? Is everything's
okay?
okay for him?
Oh, yeah, he was fine.
Is he back in Miami?
No, he's no longer working at the Postmates Corporation.
Oh.
He's working for Lyft.
You said that like it was so dramatic. He just
He's working for Lyft. Now he got another car.
I was about to say,
he
you need a car for
He went
Lyft?
right down to He went right down to Honda.
why did you say it like it was this
But wait a minute, you
horrible
guys,
thing that happened to him?
You guys know that working for these passenger company, the
Ride
passenger
share?
delivery companies.
Wait, you call it a
I
passenger
call them passenger delivery
instead
companies.
of food delivery.
It's not food delivery. Yeah, exactly. You know me. Now, those companies are terrible because I'll tell you why, Scott.
Okay.
You don't get to leave your car.
I see. Oh, that's true. Okay, so when you're in Postmates, I've never really thought about this.
Yeah, when Postmates, I pull up to the restaurant, double park, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Throw on my hazards. Of course. Of course. I put on my hazards and I run in, right?
Get your hazzies on.
My hazzies on. Let's say I'm going to Sugarfish, right?
Sure.
Throw my hazzies on. I run into Sugarfish. I grab the sushi. I'm grabbing it so fast. Quite honestly, the sushi sloshed around in the bag by the time it gets to the house.
It sucks when it's sugarfish.
It's not good.
They're in the little
It's not
special
good. It's not
containers.
good. No, I know. I'm not good at that. But what I do is I get to be out of the car. I get to communicate with people in the restaurant, and then
What are you saying to these people in the restaurant? You're doing it so fast.
oh yeah, I'm saying stuff like "What's up? What's up, Charles? How y'all doing?
Okay.
How y'all doing in the back? That kind of thing.
Okay.
A lot of greetings.
A lot of crowd work.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I say like a lot of people here tonight. A lot of people. Wow, what a crowd! I say stuff like that.
Okay.
To the kitchen crew?
To the kitchen crew. I say, any of y'all from out of town? And a lot of them are from out of town.
Anybody celebrating anything
Anybody
tonight?
celebrated a lot of anniversaries in Sugarfish Kitchen. And because
Kitchen. Mm-hmm. I thought this was to the people eating.
Oh,
No, it's
no,
the
no,
people
no.
in the back.
Okay. got
I don't interact with the people in the back. I'm a man of the people, Scott.
it. Okay, got it.
You know, you saw me come in. I said hi to Brett. I shook his hand. I said, hey, Brett, how'd you do, Brett? I'm a man of the people.
I get that sense about you.
Okay,
You-
so
yes.
I talked to the people in the back, and then guess what, Scott? Now I'm delivering your food.
Right.
I get to get back in my car,
You're back in the car, much
And-
like a Lyft driver.
much like a Lyft driver, but I had that fresh air for a second, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then once you get to the place.
Oh,
then
well,
you-
no. There's many steps before that.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to
Before
hurry
that,
this along.
Of course.
I beg your pardon.
Before that, and of course Neil knows because you're a big fan. Before that, once I get the food, I like to give
Neil
a call.
doesn't even know what Postmates is 10 minutes ago.
This is all new to me.
Neil, wait, now hold on. Now you might not know this, Neil, but your assistants have ordered Postmates for you many times.
Really?
You don't remember me?
I remember the sugarfish.
You remember the slosh around bag of sugarfish?
Yeah, I actually do. I was kind of pissed off about that.
Neil, I can't believe you don't remember me.
That
man.
was you?
We had a whole interaction now.
I
Neil
was
doesn't.
like, what the fuck is up with my sugarfish?
And we did fist fight for a few minutes.
Fist
Remember
fight?
that? There was
I
a
do
fist
remember
fight.
this,
He said,
actually.
"What's up with my sugarfish?" And I said, "Fuck you!" And I just threw a punch.
Wait, you threw first?
He hit me in the throat.
Yeah, I went right for the throat.
Oh, my God. Why the throat first?
It's called a dirtbag's handshake.
Okay, that makes
Dirtbag's
sense.
you chop to the throat or punch to the throat.
Got it.
I really flew off the handle very quickly, but then you know what? I said, "I'm sorry." And I
And you
said,
asked if you could use the bathroom.
I said, "Can I use your bathroom?"
And then you just,
And then you said, "Of course."
of course,
Well, I
and then
kinda
just
said, of course.
It was a weird voice, but I took it. I took it as politeness. I know you play a lot of
I
characters.
was bleeding from the throat.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Right. I forgot.
and then just chilies coming out into his bathroom.
And then, yeah, I made the fudge in your bathroom for a few minutes. I'm surprised you don't remember me, Neil.
I respect.
Now, Neil, I did want to talk to you about this because I did check my rating afterwards,
Yeah.
and I did get 4 out of 5 stars.
That
seems appropriate.
generous. That doesn't even seem appropriate to me. That
Neil,
seems like you're being.
I don't want to give. Well, listen. If you give 2 or 3 stars, there's a problem. You know what I mean?
It sounds to me like there's a problem.
I got punched in the throat.
Neil, you must have such an interesting life that stuff like this happens to you so often that you don't remember it.
Have you ordered sugarfish before?
Yes, of course.
And have you ever had a problem when they came and?
I have, but I haven't been punched in the throat regarding.
Wow. You don't remember me
Wow.
either,
Well,
Scott?
I think you may have the crazy.
Wait a minute, you
Scott.
delivered to me as well?
Wow. I can't believe. Yes, of course, Scott. I have delivered to you. It wasn't sugarfish.
I remember the food usually. I don't remember the
It was
person
Mendocino Farms.
Oh, Mendocino Farms. Yeah, I get that salad with
you get the salad
grilled
with
chicken.
Grilled
yeah.
chicken, right.
Uh-huh.
And you had a problem that there was no grilled chicken in your salad.
Well, it's the grilled chicken salad. Of
And
course I have a problem.
I told you, Scott, someone cut me off on the street, and I took the little strips of grilled chicken out, and I was throwing it into their car through the window. and you needed to understand that that's part of the delivery process. I'm defending your order, Scott.
And what did I do? I don't really recall.
Well, you turned around. I punched you in the butt.
You punched me in the butt.
Right?
You don't remember this?
You don't remember? I hit you right in the glute.
That seems weirder than a throat punch, Scott.
I guess you're.
And you're
I
so
don't know.
tall. I did go for the throat.
You're
but
going
I
for
didn't
the
realize
throat
how
punch,
tall
yeah.
you were. Neil was standing in a trench when I punched him, but you were not.
Right,
So
yeah.
I went for the neck, right in the butt.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't remember that, Scott.
Unless it's the actual butthole, I don't.
No, you don't
These
remember.
things kind of like are
Right,
hazy.
right.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Scott's rating was for you?
Yeah. Scott gave me 4.5 out of 5 stars.
So
and I do want to say I'm not happy about these ratings.
Wait, you don't like 4.5?
I'm
who's
a
the pot and
perfectionist.
who's the kettle now?
Look, much like Big Chunky Bubbles over
Good
here.
question.
Much like Big Chunky Bubs, I'm a perfectionist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't really think that's something true you can say about Big Chunky
What?
Bubbles.
How dare you?
You ain't seen this? You ain't seen the soup bubble, Scott?
You've seen my act?
Oh yeah. I've driven past your.
Have you
act a
delivered
lot.
soup to him?
Oh yeah, I did want to. Yes. Do you not remember that, Big Chunky?
I
Folks?
do remember.
Of course he does, because he is a gentleman.
I gave you 5 stars.
You gave me 5 stars, and I did give you a little bit of a titty twister.
That's right, but at my request.
Yeah, yes. I came by and
I was falling asleep.
Yeah, I had some Jones on third, and I said, Big Chumpy B, I got you some soap. I got you some soup and some soap from Jones on third.
He wasn't sure if I said soap bubbles or soup bubbles.
So I got both because I'm a perfectionist.
The Jones on third soap is really great.
It's so good. It's good soap.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Wow, thank you so much. Can you deliver me a titty twister right now?" And I did.
How polite? Why are you more polite to him than you are to me when you're
He's
on
in the
show?
service industry.
I'm sort of performing a service here.
Really?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, to be honest, I don't know if you could handle a job like Postmates.
I don't know that I want one. I mean, it seems to
It's
be
not about want, Scott. I'm saying I don't know if you could handle it.
Okay, what are the requirements here?
All right, first of all, you gotta have a car.
I do have one of those. So is that it? I mean,
well, maybe you can handle it.
Okay, that's all.
That's his one requirement?
I didn't even think about it because, you know what? You could probably handle it, Scott.
Okay.
You have a car.
Well, I have to say, Rudy, and I knew your name. I didn't have to look down at my notes.
It seemed as though
it's such a nondescript name, Rudy North,
it
for
seemed,
such an interesting person.
Well, that's what I did want to talk about that because this whole interestingest person thing, that was a lot of pressure, Scott.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to put that on you. I mean, that's more of a Neil thing.
Yeah, I don't know if
I
I'm
find
that
him one of the most interestingest of people.
I don't know if I'm that interesting. I mean, yes, I'm immortal.
Wait.
But,
Hold on. Can you be clearer in the way you said that?
Immortal?
Immortal or immortal?
I don't know if we have time for that. I mean,
I don't
might
think
have
we
to
do.
talk on another podcast about that. Maybe
We're running out of time. This is when you bring this up?
That's when you drop that bomb?
I wanted to talk about Postmates.